Okay, so I've been tagged in this 26 times. So what have we got here? For those of you who haven't seen these sort of videos before, that's cheese. I know, right?
Place your cheese right in the pan.
That just goes straight in the pan. Don't worry about any butter. Oh God. What goes next? Uncooked pasta. You know how most of us have been cooking pasta before even making a sauce separately. Just know that you don't have to cook pasta first, ever. There's not a time in your life you're going to need to cook pasta first, ever again. Because you can just whack some milk in one pan. And if you're thinking, oh, is that block of cheese too big? No, you don't need to grate it or rip it apart, nothing. Just leave it, the block of cheese, massive. But is there enough liquid for all that cheese? Well, let's see.
We're going to now add some heavy cream.
Heavy cream. So what we've got here is a massive block of cheese, milk and heavy cream. So if you're lactose intolerant, you probably want to swipe on by at this stage, because just leave the rest of the people who really want to know about this recipe. I'm sorry, what's that? Is that salt?
Straight into the pan, some heavy cream.
That's heavy cream. That's the heavy cream.
Wieners. A tip right off.
Wieners, which I'm guessing are Frankfurters. I quite like those. But now if you're a vegetarian, you want to probably swipe again. We're losing people left, right and centre here.
What's great about this dish is that it's a healthier version. With 50% less fat. So this is a healthier version.
That makes this whole dish healthier.
Look at that, cheese is already starting to melt.
Oh, good. The cheese has started to melt. We're 4 or 5 minutes in, and probably a couple of millimeters has started to melt. Just know that you never have to grate the cheese in order to speed the process up. That's totally unnecessary.
Now, I think this is a dish that the kids are really going to love.
Just to let you know, guys, you don't have to feed this to your kids. It's totally up to you, but you don't have to. I don't think there's going to be much more going in here.
We're going to add some sliced butter.
Butter. Make sure you put butter in the milk and the cheese and the heavy cream. That's extremely important, but only 1 or 2 of those slices, or 3.
There we go.
6.
Now, one thing I like to add to this dish to make it extra special.
Go on. I've just seen the amount of time left on the video, and
This might come as a surprise.
Genuinely, nothing surprises me anymore with these videos.
Flamin' hot Cheetos.
That's come as a surprise.
I've actually taken my tool and crunched up.
Oh, thank God you crunched them up. I thought you were going to put them in whole. That would have been gross.
And as this starts to cook, we're going to...
Is it starting to cook though? I mean the tiny bits of butter aren't melted. And then the cheese.
Let's check on it and see. Look at that cheese starting to melt.
The cheese is starting to melt. Do you see how big the block still is? It's still meant to look like that. Don't chop it up. Don't grate it. Again, it's so important not to do any of those things.
This Velveeta cheese is really one of the best cheeses in the world.
Velveeta is one of the best cheeses in the world. I just wish the French could learn something from you guys in the cheese respect. I just get so bored with the camemberts and the bries.
I know in the cheese competitions, whenever they have the tasters, this one always stands up to even the fanciest kind from the Dutch area, Swiss area.
Yep, Gouda and Edam and the likes are not a patch on. I know you think it looks like Play-Doh, but it's not. The professionals have said.
Now we're gonna add another kind of cheese. This is actually like a 3-cheese macaroni and cheese.
A third cheese. I'm pretty sure you've just got that one block at the moment, but let us know about the second and third.
We've got our Velveeta, we've got some grated Parmesan, and of course we have our cheese from the Cheetos.
The third cheese is from the Cheetos.
I'm gonna drop that in. This is gonna give it a nice kick.
It's going to give it something.
And I think this is gonna be done any minute now.
Wait, there's the big, the massive block of cheese. Not any minute now.
Look at that, just beautiful.
I know you're wanting this dish to be more fun, but wait, there's something coming.
So another fun thing, it will turn pink because of the dyes in the hot Cheetos.
You see that? It gets more fun because the dish turns pink because of the dye in the Cheetos. Oh, it's just genius.
And so that makes this even more fun for the kids.
It makes it more fun for the kids.
It melts better too. That's why I prefer my mac and cheese with Velveeta.
I know what you're thinking, but it doesn't seem to be melting better. But it will.
Look at that.
You see how she's mixing everything around the massive block of cheese with the spatula. Know that you don't need to use the spatula at all to even chop into that cheese to make it melt quicker. You just don't need to do it.
And I think it's about done.
And when you've got about 3/4 of the block of cheese still in the pan, solid, that's about done.
But you didn't know that you could make this right on the stovetop.
I did not know this.
And that stirring action.
Again though, just do not touch the massive block of cheese in the middle. Don't do it.
Just really make sure everything is mixed in together.
Apart from the cheese.
What would you add to make this different?
I might not add anything. I might take a couple of things out.
We're going to make this a 4-cheese dish.
A 4-cheese dish, because remember the third one was from the Cheetos.
The pink color. It's such a fun addition to this.
Now you can touch the cheese, but just again, just touch it, do this with it, but do not cut it up.
And I'm actually going to try this. I'm going to try this and taste it right here in front of everybody.
Well, that's what I was hoping. You made it.
Look at how beautiful that is.
But make sure that the block of cheese is still solid in the middle. I keep repeating this step, but you've got to make sure that does not melt.
I think it's time to test this one. Oh my gosh.
Do you hear that sizzle where it's really hot on the bottom? That's what it's meant to sound like.
Yeah. My husband said he could not wait to try this. Here you go. Open up.
Fuck off.